Would you believe me if I told you that I created a Mario Maker 2 level out of drawings that were inspired not from Mario levels, but from LEGO Indiana Jones 2? Well, that's exactly what I created. Hello everyone, I'm ClarusK25, and today I wanted to show you a level I created, Commander Iggys Climb Gauntlet, that was created from drawings I made inspired by LEGO Indiana Jones 2. How did this happen? Well, I'm about to tell you. The level was based on 2 pages worth of drawings of a boss stage where our primary characters are facing an evil commander with a machine gun. The evil commander also summons lackeys in the form of bandits with black swords, flying enemy turrets, and a single enemy with a sword. There's also mud rising as you progress through the level. Initially, you must fight off 2 black sword bandits to then face the evil commander who is armed with a machine gun and deal 4 punches worth of damage to him. Once that damage is dealt, the commander retreats above, creating ladders along the way. As the main characters try to climb the ladders, they must avoid being hit by bandits opening and closing doors to try and knock them off screen to their deaths. I recreated this setup in Mario Maker using vines, bridges, and pipes with fast-moving piranha plants that poke their heads out almost every second, replicating the effect of bandits opening and closing doors to try and defeat the player. I also put a triple stack of a flying red Koopa, a piranha plant that spits fireballs, and a muncher atop that plant to prevent cheese. This flying stack mirrors the flying enemy turrets that I mentioned at the start of the video, though they haven't appeared in the paper version yet. As a result, Mario is forced to not only weave his way in between pipes with piranha plants, but also avoid fireballs in the process. Luckily, I give you a mushroom at the start so you can afford to take a hit if needed. Back to the paper level. Once the main characters have made it to the evil commander's level, the commander activates a mud tap that floods the entire area below to limit your ability to retreat. You then must face the commander again before he leaps further above. The rising mud is reflected in the Mario Maker level as rising lava, which I will confess nearly led me to not release this level given I couldn't figure out how to increase the speed of the rising lava for the longest time. However, once I did, everything came together, and we now have a gauntlet where you must dodge piranha plants and fireballs and get to higher ground before the lava reaches you. Back to the paper level. After the commander retreats above, the first pair of flying turret enemies appears. Honestly, the paper version is significantly easier in that the flying enemies can only fire their attacks in a straight line, unlike the piranhas who spit fireballs in Mario's direction. The main characters must then ascend using a lift and grab 2 ledges to make their way to a ladder at the top, dodging bullets and bandits opening and closing doors along their path. This was translated to the Mario level through replacing all lifts, ledges, and ladders with vines, reducing Mario's ability to quickly pass through. Mario now must carefully skirt across the vines through the piranhas while avoiding fireballs from 2 flying Koopa stacks, all while making sure the lava below doesn't ever catch up to him. Back to the paper level. Once the main characters have caught up to the evil commander again, the commander activates another mud tap to flood the area below, and summons 2 bandits you must fight before Bullwhip, the whip character, creates a whip point out of nowhere to allow him to reach the commander's level and deal 4 more blows to him. You might note the amount of times you face the commander in this paper level. This obviously could not be done in the Iggy Gauntlet, given how boring it would be to fight the same boss over and over again. Therefore, I decided to hold off on the boss fight against the Iggy duo until the very end of the level. Anyway, after Bullwhip defeats the commander again, the commander retreats even further above on a lift. The main characters must then chase him using that lift while avoiding a new set of flying enemy turrets, bandits opening doors on ledges, and a random sword enemy that I decided to place just for the heck of it. This was translated to the Mario level by replacing the lifts and ledges with, you guessed it, vines. I also put a spare mushroom to the right in case you took a hit earlier, though I will note the power-up is not progressive to avoid cheese. Mario must then ascend the vines and dodge piranhas and fireballs from not 1, not 2, but now 3 flying Koopa stacks to severely up the difficulty. Also, the sword enemy on the bridge was replaced with a friendly dry bones to block your path. Once you make it to the top, I give you a checkpoint and a propeller mushroom to prepare you to face what is the finale of both the Iggy Gauntlet and the paper level. The final battle against the evil commander consists of the commander leaping between the ground and 2 platforms above, with bandits occasionally spawning from 2 holes above said platforms. Bullwhip must use the whip point to catch the commander and deal punches while avoiding machine gun shots and bandit sword slashes. Each time the commander is punched, he'll leap to another platform, forcing Bullwhip to continuously give chase until 4 punches are dealt, and the commander is finally defeated for good. Obviously, I could not have one enemy leaping between 3 platforms in Mario, so I decided to change the entire battle so that you're up against a multitude of bosses. Commander Iggy 1, Commander Iggy 2, and a humongous fire piranha that cannot be killed. The goal is to defeat both commanders and get 2 keys to proceed to the axe in the next room. I also put 2 fire piranhas in pipes above each Iggy, both to spit fireballs at the player and protect both Iggys from being jumped on. These fire piranhas mirror the 2 holes in the paper version where bandits repeatedly spawn and chase the player around. The battle may be a bit tricky with Iggys running and piranhas firing everywhere, but I did give you an extra propeller mushroom to help ensure you against their attacks, allowing you to take a total of 4 hits without dying. Once both Commander Iggys have been beaten, you can then proceed through the key doors and reach the axe, with complimentary 1-ups to reward your victory, and thus completes the transformation of a single LEGO Indiana Jones 2 inspired paper level into Mario Maker 2. I hope you enjoyed watching this process and witnessing how my level came to life. If any of you want to play this level, I'll link the level code here as well as in the description below. And before we end, I feel it's only fitting to show the level in its entirety. So for those who want to see my full playthrough, watch on!